Hey guys, it's Dr. Ashley Noble here. Previous NOSA e-board member. I graduated from NOVA last year, 2018. And I'm just coming to you to give you some tips about doing a residency. I completed a residency in ocular disease at a private ophthalmology clinic. And just to give you some background, I actually applied for a contact lens residency. And I did a couple interviews, but I did not match. And fortunately, a place where I did my rotations at fourth year, they actually didn't match. And although they knew I wanted to do contact lenses, they said I was a good student, and they basically asked me to come back, and I thought it was a good idea to do it. And the reason why I did that was I figured doing a residency is only going to make me a better doctor. Yes, I would have been just fine going straight into practice right after graduation, but I was like, you know what, just 1 year, little less pay is not going to hurt me. I was able to work with amazing ophthalmologists and optometrists that helped solidify all the stuff I learned in school. I gained loads of experience. I basically felt like I was like 5 years out in 1 year. I also moonlighted on the weekends, so I made a little bit extra cash. As far as that goes, I do recommend doing it, but probably only Saturdays. If you do Saturday and Sunday, you're going to get burnt out, and that's exactly what happened to me. So definitely do it, just not every day. But I will say now that it's November, this is around the time where you should definitely start picking the sites that you want to do. And if it's okay if you do one or two specializations, some of them say like, oh, like just apply to one area so that they know you're serious. But honestly, like if you're interested in two things, apply to those residencies, apply to the locations where you want to actually live in, and doctors that you want to actually work with. Like don't let anything limit you. If you want to do it, go for it. But basically now's the time to get your stuff ready, and you want to try and take your board's on time, but a lot of these places, as long as you get your boards passed by the time you graduate, you'll still be fine. But interviews, you want to try to lock those in by January, February, especially January, because you kind of want to already meet the people before the window closes, or not too close, because by the time you do your last interview, they might have already like wanted somebody that they already interviewed. But then there's sites that, haven't met anyone yet. So really just figure out like what works for you and your schedule, time off that you can get from your rotations and from school. It's a lot less hectic when you pull yourself out of the situation and you're like, all right, I get this much time off, I could do these interviews. So like you have to spend money on certain interviews, so you don't want to just apply to like 10 of them, because you're not going to spend money on 10 interviews. Like pick your top 5, focus on those top 5, talk to the previous residents at that location, and just kind of plan out where you see yourself within that year and how you want to utilize that residency in the future. Right now I'm at a clinic that is for people who don't have insurance. Right now, although I did an ocular disease residency, I'm not in my most ideal location, but I do this clinic for people who don't have insurance. I'm also at a lens crafters, and I'm also at a private OMD practice. So because I've had the experience with ocular disease, I'm able to at least see a plethora of different types of people in those 3 locations. Do I really see myself doing this for a long term? I'm not sure. I do have like bigger hopes and dreams, but don't ever let like your residency or what people say dictate like how you operate and how you practice. Like all the knowledge that you gained is all up here. You can still make plans. You can still change things depending on what you thought you would do. Just have an open mind. But basically, just to recap everything, right now in November, just kind of put like which spots you want to go. I definitely say pick your top 5. If you want to do like 8, that's fine too, but doing 10 locations is a little bit too much in my opinion. So pick your top 5, start talking to the sites, start talking to the old residents. The past 2 residents are great, the current one, and then the past one is good. And then get your applications in, I would say by December for sure. I know most of the deadlines are the end of January, but if you've already talked to the doctors, you already have an idea of like where you want to go, like there's really no wait. Just get them in, focus on part 2, get your part 3 stuff in so you don't have to worry about it. And yeah, that's really it. Sorry. If you guys have any questions or you want to talk to me about anything, my email address is elitenoblevision@gmail.com. That's elite ELITE, Noble, NOBLE, Vision, VISION, at gmail.com. You can hit me up there, and I can answer any questions that you have or ask Astony or any of your NOSA board members for my contact information. And I'll be sure to let you guys know some more information, especially if you live in Florida or if you're interested about coming to Florida. I did my rotation, my residency at the ophthalmologist was in South Florida, and I currently live in Florida. So you guys can definitely hit me up. I wish you guys all the best, and you guys got this. You're almost graduating. Yay!